from India. Today is one of those very special moments as part of the Heroes of Healthcare International Lecture Series. We have the honor of the presence of Professor Agoston Szel, the Rector of the Szel University from Budapest, Hungary. As I mentioned a few minutes ago about his, as your students, you are a part of the institution. Professor K.R. Shetty, one of the most prominent citizens of medicine, that is with on stage and recite from the Holy Quran. It's one of those great moments of pride for me personally when I am given this opportunity by our founder president to conduct the program and introduce such eminent personalities. Professor Agoston Szel comes from the Department of Human Morphology and Developmental Biology. He's been involved in teaching anatomy, histology, embryology, developmental journey as a teacher. He has had a very significant contribution. Most eminent employee by the Minister of Healthcare from Hungary. But I just made an attempt to say very few words and I
which shows how much we are in the hand of God, and sometimes we get extra things, extra ideas, and then we, so to speak, discover something which others didn't. It is a very old scientist, or the real discoverer is that person who is seeing what everybody else has seen, but has found out something of what the others have seen, which the others didn't find out. That is not a big thing, it is just you have to walk with open eyes. So the title which I have given to my speech is and put on a glass, hygroscopic glass, because that is not a section, that is a so-called hallmark, just as it is taken. That was the start that we have made. And the major discoveries of mine is just a story which in itself makes from the others. These ones are blue sensitive photoreceptors. So as you see, by the operated in the eye of the animal, and sometimes also two different pigments can coexist in one eye. Just to show how this whole story can be investigated with individual photoreceptors. To put it very, very shortly and very simply, we have found that in most primates, human, monkey included, retinas. And to my greatest surprise, it was for several weeks by the time I can solve the problem, I have seen that my section somehow didn't stain well, because as you see, that was my observation. Oh, sorry, I have to go back. Yeah, so, but I have further in this experiment because I have observed that something is wrong. And I have cut several different mice, all the neighborhood, all the assistants, all the friends were trying to catch mice in the bar, in the various houses to bring to me so that I can check whether my finding is a mistake or it is something which is really finding. And it turned out to be the latter. In the mice, the various cones are not together, they are divided in the retina of the mouse. As you see, the green part, the green circle shows you a green cone rich emission. As you see, the upper part is rich in blue cone, in green cones, and the lower part of the mouse retina is in blue cones. So that is really a very interesting finding, and nobody is about day 6 after birth, and even more later appear the green cones. So the succession of the development of the cones also gave a hint about the way how these develop. And so we have found out that exactly as at the junction of the upper and lower part of the retina there are double cones, we also have double cones during the development, because the very same cone develops at first with a blue sensitive cone, and then in the same cone, the green pigment appears. For a while, for a week or two, the two pigments are together there, and then the first pigment, the blue pigment, disappears. And that will give the final arrangement of final remarks and final conclusions. I would like to put here a couple of very important names who were my helpers at that time. But I gave a second part when I have to go back. Yeah. So what I have said is about day 6 after birth, and even more later appear the green cones. So the succession of the development of the boring and resultless learning. And then all of a sudden somebody else who was my boss, who had found out the idea of the cone question. He was dealing with the cones. They looked around and they wanted to find a person who actually didn't have too much to do, but who has time enough to go to screen the thousands of Iridomer supernatants. And it was Agoston Szel who was found 2 to 3 years after some moments in the life of a person where unexpectedly you find something where you don't expect to find anything. I think that if you have open eyes, then you cannot pass by a discovery.
In the postnatal stage, what is its parallel, or what happens in the humans? Do we continue the cone development continues into our postnatal period? I mean, after we are born?
You have to do itself. It is much more interesting to see how the development starts even earlier. Now we know has been made by my students, and that is that these double cones. Double cone means that there are photoreceptor cells. Of course, it's a far-fetched being capable of able to replace the dead elements. That is our next step. And if
students finished the master public health program here, you invited the students for PhD programs. What?
I can tell you about the graduate programs are a little more difficult. On the one hand, it is not so difficult because I know a lot about research, more in history and these things, but of course I don't know much about that. One thing is that
But you were trying to phrase a question and pose it to Professor Agoston. Now I feel you missed the opportunity.